Well, hello, Leon. Hello, hello. Well, hello. Hi, hi. Hiya, hiya. Oops, sorry. Just setting things up again. Finally moved my setup back to where it is, where it's supposed to be. Because the leak in my ceiling is finally fixed. So I'm just making sure everything's still working. Hello, hi, hi. Aussie Tia, Omelette, Leon. Hello, hello. Let's see. Okay, CSP. Okay, nice, nice. Hey, what have you been up to? Um, let's see, this week I didn't do much. I had a lot of errands to run, but the leak in my ceiling is finally fixed, which is pretty awesome. So now I don't have to dodge dripping water like all the time. But other than that, I've just been chilling. How about you? How have you been? What have you been up to? I was doodling a little before stream. I think today will just also be a doodle stream. Um, I've been gradually practicing perspective a little more, and it's kind of fun, so I'll keep doing that for a little bit. Drawing these cubes, but this one didn't turn out so well. Cubes, cubes. Architecture school, pretty fun. Anything positive and negative, but boring. I see, I see. But that's okay though. I feel like if it's relatively fun, then that's a pretty good school experience. The boxes, my trauma, I know, right? The boxes, it's like I always feel like when I draw them, I can't decide if I want to space them out more or draw them like a sphere. Like I don't know if that makes sense, but like okay, for example, one way to draw them is like down here, right, where they're all kind of like wrapping around the sphere. That's kind of like this shape. It's a little bit fish eye, right? This is an awful drawing, but you know what I mean. The other way is to like draw them as if they're on the sphere, but like space them out like they're in a grid, if that makes sense. And I can never decide which one I want to do. So then it looks awkward. Like I could also do it like instead of like putting this one like behind it, I can put it like all the way over here. But I feel like that doesn't really make sense. I never know which one I'm supposed to do, so it gets a little random. Hi Bob Richard. Yeah, why outer layer goes out that much? I have no idea. It's like I can't decide. I feel like I should put them behind, but I also want to draw the whole cube to make sure that I know how to draw the whole cube and not just like the outside edge of the cube. So then it gets a little random. I'm just gonna draw super lazy. Like you know what I mean? Like I could do it this way. I could, but I don't want to. Colario boxes, so true. So true. Boxes. I like boxes. Hi, Bob Richard. Hi, dear Sidings. Hope you're doing well today. Fine. Thank you. Yes, I'm well. I hope you're well as well. Spacing them out is so difficult for me. They suddenly vary in size. Yeah, 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 yeah. Because, okay, to be honest, I feel like when you draw them like this, right, you can kind of cheat a little because they're so close together that, like, you can also kind of cheat with visualizing the lines. Because obviously, this line and this line are going to be kind of close. Like, not the same, but similar. So you can kind of just be like, oh yeah, like it's actually just this and like the oh that's really bright and like this color. It's actually like these two lines. Like I'm not really visualizing this box. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Let me make a clip for Yellow. Any words to him? Yellow, I think we should draw lots and lots of boxes together because boxes are so much fun. Okay, okay, okay. Nice, nice. A quick question. Is Photoshop decent for drawing or it lacks something? I think it's fine for drawing. It's just like like I feel like uh it hmm. I've barely used Photoshop, so I don't have a lot of experience with it, but at least in my experience, I know Photoshop handles like big brushes better than Clip Studio. Like Clip Studio might have more specific tools for like um what do you call it? Like manga or specifically like line drawings, but Photoshop handles like big brushes better. So Loki, if you like painting, Photoshop might be the better option. See. Exactly. Egg. Egg. I love eggs. I need to make like an egg something for this stream. Something egg related. I'm actually surprised I caught you on random like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You showed up like right at the start. Super, super good timing. What's a big brush? Just like a brush with like a really big brush size. Like here, let me demonstrate, right? If I This is Clip Studio, right? Not Photoshop. If I make this brush super big, do you see how it starts to lag? Did you see that? Like a little bit? Like, okay, when I draw that line, I'm moving at this speed, right? I'm going like, Neum, right? But when I draw it, see how slow it is? It's like when the brush size gets too big, it gets a little laggy. Whereas like the small brush is fine. But if the brush is like big or textured, Clip Studio doesn't handle it super well. Photoshop handles it a little better. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, I was wondering, did anyone go see the Demon Slayer movie? Because I didn't know it came out until like literally last night. Up, dog. What's up, dog? Crazy, crazy. Oh, you did. Watched it in 4DX. They have 4DX Demon Slayer. Crazy. Oh, how was it? How was it? Because I feel like Demon Slayer is one of those shows where I was super into it for a while, and then I read the manga and everything, and then I kind of forgot that we still have like what, like one more movie, two more movies or something that have yet to come out. It's like at this point to me, Demon Slayer feels like the whole Avatar, not the Airbender series, the other one, with the blue people. Like it's like Avatar now, where it's like, oh yeah, like watch the first movie when in like 2020, and then it's 2025, and the last one's gonna be released when you're like 40 bajillion years old. Like, but I want to go watch it because it seems cool, and I still like the series. Friend invited me to watch it with him. He still hates Akaza. The movie was amazing, especially the art, not like how good it looks, but the composition. Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. The manga ending arc was kind of disappointing, so it is understandable. Oh, but I feel like writing a manga ending, or not just manga ending, just any ending for any story is so hard. Because, like, at that point, all your fans have, like, a different headcanons for, like, how it's gonna go, or, like, how it should go, or, like, what characters should end up where. And, like, you have all those loose ends to tie together, and there's no way it's gonna be satisfying for everyone, but you feel like it should be. Like, that's, like, so difficult. I could never be a writer. Let me see. But yeah, about the art style, like I feel like uh I really love the way the manga is drawn. Um I also like the way that, is it UFO table or UFO table? I don't know. UFO table, we'll just call them UFO table, right? Or ufotable. Hell if I do. But um there were times where I was like, oh, this feels a little bit like too stylized. Um like away from the manga. Like they're very loyal to it, but obviously they have that like vibe, right? The way the line art looks and whatnot. Sometimes I was like, oh, like I don't know if I like how gooey this looks, but compositionally, I really love the shots that they choose, like the way they frame stuff. So I agree, I agree. Like the art itself, not don't have strong feelings about it, but the compositions look really good. And the music too. I love the music in Demon Slayer. It's like one of the soundtracks I don't listen to actively, but I like when I hear a track from it, I'm like, "Oh, that sounds cool. What's this from?" And then it's Demon Slayer. They got a UFO, so 50-50. I call them UFO table, probably wrong. Okay, okay. Hmm. Glad to see that no one knows. Just the way they did the final part of Muzan was really WTF. Ah, okay, okay. I'm gonna see if I can go see it this weekend. Oh well, it's already the weekend, so maybe like tomorrow or the day after or something. They're letting us have the silly panels too. Yes, yes. I love when studios let you adapt all the silly stuff. Okay, what am I drawing? I don't know what I'm drawing. It's like a kind of yapping and just moving my hand kind of day. Um, hold on, I think I missed one. What about CSM? Okay, yeah, there it is. What about CSM? Was that decent? I haven't watched yet though. I think it only released in Japan. So unless you're in Japan, I don't know if it's available elsewhere. You can probably pirate it. But I haven't watched it yet. Um, but I did see a clip of like Aki and the Angel Devil, and it looks really good. Like I know they changed the art style since season one. Um, like season one Chainsaw Man, they kind of went for the more like realistic film vibe, and then they kind of backtracked on that and went for more of like a manga feeling, like illustration style, more like look back for the movie, which I guess is basically season two. And it looks really good. It looks really good. I'm glad. Like I liked the original style as well, the one from season one. But I do agree that Fujimoto's style works better with the 2D vibe. Like I feel like his drawings, his art style is just very iconic. And the movie vibe, like more realistic vibe, it was cool to look at, but it didn't feel super like Fujimoto. Really excited to watch the Chainsaw Man movie. I think it's global release on October 20. Wait, that's soon. October 23rd. Wait, that's kind of awesome. I guess like the best part about anime being more mainstream now is we don't have to wait like 3 years for stuff to come overseas anymore. I still don't know what I'm drawing, but it's okay. Um, but like for example, when I watched Black Rock Shooter, that was only like I think I watched it like 5 years ago. But I had been seeing fan art of Black Rock Shooter online for like years and years and years, and I was like, where can I watch this? Because I couldn't find it. Also, because I didn't try that hard to be honest, but I couldn't really find it online to watch. And then one day I was at a con, and one of the booths was selling like licensed DVDs, what the hell? DVDs. And I saw like English subtitled Black Rock Shooter. I was like, no way, North American release. So then I bought it and watched it. But like before that, I had no idea where I could even watch that. And I think it finally got released on Blu-ray for North America, like English language release. What, like 8 years after the original or something? So I'm glad we don't have to wait 8 years for stuff anymore. Because that is a long, long time. I feel like I'm barely even capable of staying conscious for 8 straight years, so it's quite the high ask. Like what is this? What is this? The hell? Still cinematic, but like Tarantino instead of the weighty feel. Yeah, yeah, yeah. True, true. They found a good balance. A good balance. I watched Black Rock Shooter through AMVs. Yeah, exactly. Like I watched all like the music and the AMVs and like fan works, but never the original all the way through because there was just no way to watch it. But it's good. It's good. If you get the chance, you should watch it. Do any of you guys watch on dub? No, not really. I watch dub if I have no other option or if I'm like doing something else. Like, for example, you guys know Beastars, right? I think the Beastars dub is like pretty decent, but sometimes if I'm really bored, because okay, I've watched Beastars like 5 or 6 times now. The first season. Because I watched it on my own, then I watched it with a friend, and then with a different friend, etc., etc., and then like now I'm pretty familiar with Beastars season one. And sometimes when I'm really bored, or if I want some background noise, uh, but not YouTube, then I'll just put on Beastars with the English dub in the background while I draw. Because like I already know the story and whatnot, and the voice acting's pretty good, so I don't have to like stress about it. My Japanese is not quite good enough to just straight up not look at all in sub. Like I can probably get the gist of what's going on, but not enough to not watch with my eyes. I remember waiting a billion years for Boy and the Heron. Yeah, and that was only like a year ago, right? Isn't that crazy? Like I feel like a year ago is when okay, well, the last like 4 years, I think anime has obviously gotten pretty big. Like ever since lockdown, because everyone was so bored. But only the last like 2 years have like publishing and like licensing people caught up with it. They're like, oh shit, this is real. And so now all the releases are happening. Or like, for example, random stuff too. Like, Otto's special live in Japan, I think. I forget which live it is. But she had one live concert where they screened the live concert in cinemas in Japan, but like a month or two ago, they screened it here too for like 2 days, which is crazy to me. Like, I would never have imagined that that would happen. But you know what? More content for me, so I'm not complaining. So far, I like JJK Dove and Cotes? Cotes? Oh, I don't know it. It's all right. Mm-hmm. Can't believe I'm catching a five stream live. Hi, Neko. Hi, hi. Oh, that reminds me. I need to send out the new stream time survey. Whoopsie. Classroom of the Elite. Ah, okay, okay. I feel like I've been hearing about that show for ages, but I don't know anything about it. Also, if my mic sounds weird at all today, uh, I'm back to using my normal mic, but I moved the position of it. Like I put it somewhere else. So if it doesn't work super well, just tell me and I'll put it back. Consider this Tetris. Tetris on stream? More Tetris? We'll take a Tetris break like halfway through, okay? Halfway and no earlier. It's like Tomodachi game. Ah, okay, okay. The only something something classroom show that I've watched is Assassination Classroom, which is low-key still kind of peak. I miss Ass Class. It's like I feel like okay, obviously I watched it when I was younger too, but at the time I feel like it hit all the spots for the right around of like being edgy and being cool. I was like, this show is so peak. I actually think I drew some fan art for it back then too. Maybe I can find it. Is the leaky ceiling fixed? Yes, as of yesterday, which means this thing was leaking for a straight, let me see, almost 2 weeks. But as of yesterday, it stopped dripping, and the 2 days before that, I spent like 48 straight hours listening to my landlord like scratching around upstairs, like because obviously the leak is like right above my desk. So whenever I sit here for the last 2 days, I could hear him like either drilling something or scraping something or like whatever. But he fixed it. He fixed it. Thank you, landlord. Very awesome. If it took any longer, I would have like flipped my shit, but it's okay. If it's still leaking, perhaps lick a couple drops. Dude, wait, hold on. Wait. Photos on my phone, but face tracking's on my phone. Okay, I took a photo of the bucket that was catching the water. That water looks so nasty. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna turn off the VTuber model for like 2 minutes so I can send the photo to myself, okay? It actually looked so nasty. And the worst part is, like, the part of the ceiling that leaks, there's also like um what do you call it? Like paint that peeled off and it looks so bad. Like it's actually the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Wait. Mm, Where'd Sarah go? It's like she's still here. Yo, I'm still here. I'm still here. Just invisible, invisible. Hold on. Patience. Patience. Wait. Hold on. Hold on. I'm really good at this. Give me a second. Is CSP good with big brushes? No. It's not good with big brushes. I really, really wish it was, but it's not. Like anything textured or very big, CSP tends to struggle a little bit. Which is not nice, but what can you do? God, please. Let me censor this part, please. I can't dox myself. Okay. No. Hello. Hello. Let me crop this, please. Okay. Okay. Wait, I'm sending it to myself now. Yeah, Photoshop is good with it. Yeah, Photoshop is much better with big brushes. I guess CSP is just like not very optimized. I don't know how it works. There's a reason why I quit programming. Let me see. No, wait, let me turn face dragging back on. It's fine. Dox yourself? No, it's not fine. I will not dox myself. Okay. VTuber. Okay, we're back. Why is she so low? Hello, Sarah. What the hell? Stand properly. Okay, nice. Okay, ready? Look at this freaking water. What the hell is this? What is this? Like, why does it look like that? Isn't that so crazy? Like, what is this? This is like paint chips. It's so awful. Like, but anyway, all I can say is I'm very glad that humanity invented buckets. The song. Oh, the last song. Wait, let me see. Go back. I don't want to listen to Stray Kids. Last song was Truth by Garode from the Valhalla soundtrack. Here you go. This track. No, no Stray Kids. I don't want to listen to that right now. Okay. My favorite Tetris streamer, Fi. Hope we see some Tetris today. Look, I already said halfway through we will take a Tetris break, but no sooner. Curry, Tien leaves, Tetris garbage water. Looks like an image of Mars from the Curiosity. That's crazy. It kind of does, though. It kind of does. I feel like that's like an insult to Mars. Anyway, that's fixed now, so we don't have to think about that again. Thankfully. What should I doodle? What should I doodle? I have no idea. Okay. Should I doodle Reze? I haven't even watched the movie yet. Sup, hello, welcome. Looks like mold and paint mixed together. It probably is. Someone on Tumblr reminded me, they were like, hey, you should also get your ceiling checked for mold. I was like, that's a really good point, but I don't have time for that right now. So we're just gonna hope that there's no mold growing in my ceiling because realistically, little bits of that are probably still drifting onto me when I sleep. Is that Sarah with a braid? If so, super cute. Sarah with a braid. Where? Where? I would love to see Sarah with a braid. Should I try and draw some other hairstyles for Sarah? Her hair is kind of like not super long though, so it might be hard. I feel like I also always draw her face smaller from the side than it is from the front, but that's okay. Mm. High top Sarah, high top. Is that the kind where like the where it's like and you're like, yeah, this left side upside Sarah. Wait, upside? Upside? She's like that girl from Cyberpunk. Love Cyberpunk designs. They look so good. Okay, okay, okay. Here, look. I'm really bad at drawing side profiles, so don't look too close. Here you go, look. What the hell is this? How would she wear her hat though if her hair was like this? Does she wear it like on top? Like here? Perfect. Very nice, very nice. The left side. Oh, you're trying to point to the Sarah with a braid. Ah. Oh, this one? This one? Oh, hydrate. Okay, let me hydrate. Okay. Today I am drinking. Well, it's not tea. It's kind of tea. It's a kind of tea, I suppose. But it's made with a plant that is apparently called beefsteak plant in English. But it's dried, and we also added like toasted brown rice, and then we seeped it in hot water, and it tastes good. It's a little bit like hojicha if you've had it. Is this your OC? This is my OC, Sarah, the girl with the bob and the horns, my VTuber model. Hope you're not drinking the ceiling water, drinking out of a ceiling bucket. What did I just read? I just combined like 5 different messages. Uh, it low-key kind of looks like the ceiling water. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe that's a little suspicious, but it's like the same color. I already dumped the ceiling water like this morning though. What's her story? That's a good question. I need to write her story, but as of right now, she's like some sort of wandering plague doctor vibe kind of thing. She has a floating eyeball named Jason. Wait, wait, wait. Hold on. Here, can you see it? See? See him? Oh. But I keep changing the setting of the story, so right now there's no story. But one day I will write it. I swear. Jason, my favorite character already. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. But if we're talking about how she came to be, I kind of just like she's a character that I didn't mean to make an OC at first. It's just whenever I doodled in my sketchbook, I felt like she kept appearing. So I was like, well, I can't just let you be nameless forever. Reminds me of Sauron from Lord of the Rings for some reason. It's the eyeball. It's definitely the eyeball. What's OC? It stands for original character. Mm-hmm. I draw her with like a ponytail. What is this face? What is this? By the way, if people have like stream ideas, that would be kind of awesome. Because I feel like the last few months have basically just been doodle streams, and I want to do something more fun sometimes, I think. Well, hi Hachi, hi hi. I have three OCs because my ADHD like that. No, for real. We do have one friend who has like 50 plus OCs and it's insane. I used to have a lot of OCs, but not at the moment. They all retired. Gaming or perhaps IRL art like watercolor scrapbooking. True, true. Or I want to do like maybe traditional sketchbooking stream, but my lighting is so awful and I also don't really want to use my phone as the camera because I don't want to like if something pops up on the stream then on the screen while I'm streaming then it might be a little over, right? Um but whenever I get like a better light and maybe like a camera, that would be cool maybe. Hey boss, it's time for bed. Have fun stream and Tetris. Okay, bye bye. Bye bye, Awak. Sleep well. She would have to have like the world's tiniest little ponytail ever. Because there's no length to her hair. Who is this? What am I drawing? Ah, okay. Because at least for right now, like I think I don't really want to start full illustrations on stream because I'm working on full illustrations off stream and that's just a lot of energy. Um, but it's also not like I want to do more interesting stuff. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I should work on this. Should I work on this? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'll work on it a little bit. Are you drawing on PC? Yes, I am. I have ADHD. I really hyperfixate on shit like writing it. Or I've written a lot of OCs currently. I have three. I feel like it's kind of awesome to have a lot of OCs though. Like that's like a whole person that you just created out of nowhere. Isn't that kind of amazing? Wait, I need a reference. Reference. Um, can I not save reference pictures for this? Hello. What? Okay, I have to go find my references again. Huion Canvas 16 Pro mic 80 2020. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's that. But not the mic part. The mic is my microphone. Just Huion Canvas 16 Pro is the model of my drawing tablet. Oh, thank you for the sub, Liz. Thank you, thank you. Spalter, Arcanite. Um, okay, over here. Let me tell you something. Have you ever had 10 OCs, either different lores, personalities, abilities, themes, backstories with a world to match? For me, 3 OCs is too little. Something than other. If you make it into something that others get to experience, like a mini game with a little story, that's another level. Takes a little dedication and addiction. True, true, but it's super cool. Like I feel like a lot of the best projects, like multimedia projects online, come from just like people's passion projects, right? Like it doesn't have to be by a studio or like some crazy production. Though like there are good ones that come from big studios too, but I feel like I'm specifically talking about the joy of indie games. Like they don't really care what the mainstream is, what's supposed to be good. They just care about what they think is the coolest. And I feel like that's super authentic. OCs are my passion projects, my Shaylas, for real, for real. Something that comes from your heart, exactly. I like this silly one too much. Wait, is that Jack Sparrow? Jack Sparrow! What, the music? No, the music is not Jack Sparrow. It's from Arknights. It does sound like it though. I absolutely hear it. See this hat. Thought it was Pirates of the Caribbean, right? Right. It sounds like it. It does. It does. I feel like okay. Love that franchise so much. I haven't really gotten into it, to be honest. Um, I feel like it's one of those series that's existed like in the periphery of my life. But I never super got into it. Anyone tried Photoshop for art? I mean, it's very similar to Clip Studio. Like, I have tried it a little in the past. There's a lot of artists who use Photoshop for illustration. I don't know how to approach this. Sketchbook, Autodesk Sketchbook, or like a physical sketchbook. Jason's bouncing to music is so hilarious. Ah, wait, I never thought of it like that before. They are bouncing to the music. So cute. I like the doodling streams, by the way. That makes me glad. I feel glad. Like I enjoy doodling on stream as well, but I guess sometimes I just feel I want to do both. And the balance has been a little bit heavy on the doodling lately, but that is okay. I even get bummed when I miss the start of the 1 hour. No. I always make sure to save the time lapse, but it's definitely not the same. Like I've been honestly considering if I should just start like recording, like screen recording the 1 hour, but at this point I'm already like 80 something days, what, 90 days through the challenge, so it's a little late to start now. But sometimes when I watch my own 1 hour challenge, like time lapse, I'm like, man, I wish this went slower so I could see how it actually happened. So I understand. There's a guy that live streamed drawing any suggested characters in 1 minute. 1 minute is crazy. I can maybe do like 5 minutes, but 1 minute, 60 seconds. That's scary. We could try it though. No need. I will adjust to your time again. You do your thing, I do the fan thing. Okay, okay. Max I saw was 5 minutes. Crazy fun to watch. Ah, I'm tweaking. Why? Why? What's happening? I want this to be gluier. Maybe not. I want her face to have a little more bounce light. Your Gigi is so cute and so cool. I really liked the way it came out. Thank you, thank you. Like I feel like wait, let me open it really quick. Let me see, where is it? Hello? Where did I save it? Okay, here. This is the Gigi from yesterday's 1 hour. I feel like from far away, you like can't really tell what's going on. Like if you know the character, then you might be able to tell. If you don't know the character, it's like, what the hell is this thing? The hand, right? I think um it would have been good to make the contrast between the fingers and the rest of the body like more clear. Because also the hand is like coming super close to the camera, right? I think it could do with maybe a little more contrast. I'm not sure. Maybe hold on. Let's see. Let's mess around with it a little bit since we're here. Maybe not actually. Maybe they should be a little brighter. Anyway, I just think the contrast would have been better if I could make the shape of the hand more clear. Because it's not super clear what's going on. I feel like it looks a little strange when zoomed out. Maybe like this. Maybe that makes it worse actually. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, hydrate posture check. Thank you, burnt rice. Let me do a little stretch. Stretch. Okay. Let me also hydrate. It's funny that you're called burnt rice because there's toasted rice in my drink. Yeah, anyway. No more GG. Back to Spalter. Spider Mechanical GG Spider Cat Lady for those who don't know her from way back there. Is that what she is? A mechanic? That makes so much more sense. She is a lady and I am just a boy. I feel like this is one of the songs where I was really into it for a while and then I listened to the lyrics. I was like, wait, what's going on? And then I stopped caring and I started listening to it again. Mm. She's a gremlin, but looks like a cat lady with mechanical spider legs for okay, I see what you mean. But yeah, I think if the pose was a little clearer, it would be like the perfect drawing. Not perfect, but very, very cool. I don't want this corner of her face to be so sharp. Mm, wait. I kind of ship CCGG, so mechanical GG is up my alley. Oh, wait, CC, who's CC? Who's CC? Is she the white and green girl with the like that doll? Question mark. I feel like it's like in my head I see a character that kind of looks like this. I don't know anything else about her design. This is all I see when I think of her in my head. That's cool though, like kind of steampunky vibes. Automaton like 2V. I see, I see. Gigi is her, this character? No, no. This character is Spectre Alter from Arknights. The Gigi that we're talking about is this one. Very chaotic. Oh, Kingu. Hi, Kingu. Thank you for the follow. How have you been? How have you been? Sensei. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No, no. Kingu sensei. One hour so much, you're almost done with it. I know. It feels so crazy. Like And now when I save the files and the number is only like 10 days left, I feel so scared. Like I feel like it's become part of my routine now. And so I'm like ah, when it ends, like what will I do for an hour every day? I don't know, like maybe I'll continue it for fun or something, but I will also miss it. Okay, Arknights and Ave Mujica collab. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Kill kiss Judah, kill kiss Judah, kill kiss Judah. Ah, Uika's voice, so good. Could never, maybe one day I'll be able to 1 hour paint like Sensei. No, no, you can do it if you try. I trust 100%. You never know until you try. Damn, Faiso Pro called Sensei by Kingu. Ayaya, ayaya. No, Kingu is the true Sensei here. Hello, hello, hello. Agith, Agatheli, Agatheli. I paint fun stuff for 1 hour and I'll lose motivation to do actual work after. No, honestly, me too though. Like, okay. Usually the 1 hour challenge is done like all the way at the end of the day. Some days we do it at the start of the day. When that's at the end of the day, I'm always like, I'll do my 1 hour and then I'll chill out. Or okay, no, 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 no. I say I'll do my 1 hour and then I'll lock in and draw for like 3 hours. But that almost never happens. Like I do the 1 hour and I'm like, man, I'm so tired. No more art for today. And when I do it in the morning, I'm like, okay, well, the 1 hour can be like a warm up and then I'll be all ready to work on other stuff after. But the 1 hour is like condensing 3 hours of focusing into 1 hour, and that makes my brain so tired. But that's okay. It's worth it. It's worth it. Okay, what am I doing? Let's see. Chill out equals Tetris. Sometimes out of here. True. True. I mean, Tetris is a chill game. It's very relaxing. What am I doing? Mm, yeah, there's been a little bit of a Tetris plague that's been released on the server recently. But it's okay. It's fun. It's fun. We love Tetris. Join the Discord. Yes. I don't like this hair. I think it looks weird. Maybe slight topic jump, but back to the Chainsaw Man movie. I've been listening to Kenshi Yonezu's song, Iris Out a lot the last like 2 days. It's so crazy to me that he sings and writes his own music and draws. Like he also draws his album covers, which is so crazy. Imagine being so multi-talented. Oh, did you hear the water? How is 100 Guns going? Slowly but surely. That's your future Fi. I hope. I hope. Like, oh my God. Like his, I don't understand. Like look at this. Look. Like, how do you just draw this? Sorry, this is a screenshot from Spotify. Um, but like, isn't that crazy? Like you make music, you're like Japan's top pop star, and you draw like crazy. That's so insane. Like, look at his colors. Composition's so nice. That's amazing. Anyway, let's go listen to it. Hold on. Oh, hi Gigi. Wait. Irisa. Okay. Pigeon X auto collab when? I wish. It would be very cool to draw for her someday. Gigi art was indeed banger. Thank you. I've been getting a lot of auto cosplayers on my feed since following you on Twitter, by the way, really. I actually don't see many auto cosplayers. So maybe it's like a combination of your feed and my feed. Do you typically follow a lot of cosplayers? Have a few. Ah, okay. I'll like occasionally like a few cosplay posts if they pop up in my feed, but I don't see them super often. I know when I went to the Auto concert, I did see a lot of Auto cosplayers, which was cool because obviously Auto is a real person, but her avatar is still an avatar. So seeing Auto cosplayers at the concert was like, oh my God, Auto real. Oh, also that bang, did you hear it in the music? The bang. I wonder if that's from the show. Like, hold on, let's go back. Where you'll hear it. Wait. You hear it? The bang? I want to know if that's from like the show or if he recorded a separate voice clip for it. Because obviously, I don't know. I mean, I guess we haven't really gotten to the parts where it's where that sound is relevant, but there's a few characters in CSM who say bang, right? Her avatar is super cool. IT lady vibe. Mm. I feel like Ado's character, like, it hits the right spot of being like cool and mostly recognizable, but also generic enough that it can get mainstream. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, not generic in a bad way, but in like easily understandable way. Like, it's not very complicated, and you take one glance and you're like, ah, we know what kind of character this is. Like, she's cool, she's a little mysterious. Like, it works very well. Oh, whoops, wait, it's looping now. Yeah, whatever. It can just play one more time and then I'll play something else. Oh my goodness, your Twitch tab is my 50 somethingth right now. That's a lot of tabs. I need to figure out a better rendering workflow. Mm, should be a little further in. Art school thingy is true. It's true. Like part of me is like maybe I should go to art school. But then part of me is also like I don't want to be in that kind of environment necessarily. Like the people in art school are cool, but I don't know if I want to be in like art classes. Architecture. Ah, architecture school thing. Ah, the 1 million tabs. I understand. To be honest, I used to like look at people's tabs and be like, why do you have so many tabs? But low-key, now I have a lot of tabs, and I feel like before I didn't understand because I just was not locked in enough. Like people with a lot of tabs, they're actually just super locked in. Like I don't know. Don't study architecture, no. Hechi, the experienced architecture sufferer. My model so cute. Thank you. Oh, I noticed there's actually something in the model that's a little broken I didn't notice. Like, hold on. I forget which face I have to make. But there's a little gap in the mouth. I think if I hold on, what was it? Where is it? Hold on. I can't see myself that well right now. Wait. Which face? Do you see it? There's like a tiny gap next to her mouth. I have to fix it, but that will be for later. It's kind of hard to make that face anyway, so hopefully you won't see it. I miss out. Maybe like this. I also like that he just screams at the end. Like no more lyrics, just screaming. Okay, okay. Now back to the normal playlist. No more looping. Someone once said people who cannot close their tabs have separation issues. Okay, that's like Loki also true. Like, okay, half of my tabs are pinned from like art logistics stuff. Like I have my schedule, I have my queue, I have my email, and a couple spreadsheets for various things like pinned. But then the other half of my tabs are like I look at Twitter, I'm like, this art's so awesome. Or like, I want to draw like that. So I pin just the artwork, and so I have like a bunch of pinned art tabs. And then when I draw, I'm like, I should reference this, and then I never reference it because I forget about them. But that's unavoidable, I guess. Oh, I don't know how to render this. Like, I feel like when I sketch, I don't plan ahead for the render phase. So it's always a mess when I start rendering. I'm like, I don't know how to do this. Very inconvenient for myself. Well, Aru, thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you. Mm, I love the sea mummies. Yes, yes, I love them. I'm really hoping that this drawing ends up finished and doesn't just end up being unfinished like everything else that I start on stream. But we will see. Sculptor jump scared me before Scotty could. Really? Did you end up also getting Scotty though? Because then you have both, which is even better. Yeah, I think her face needs to be a little warmer because it's a little bit gray and mustardy right now. Mm, let me think. How should I do this? Drawing is so hard. I can't believe this. Okay. Ads finished. Yay! Welcome back. Stress, you have to be excellent. You're constantly competing with all the other students. Everyone's a rival. Oh, see, that's kind of why I don't want to go to art school. Because from what I hear, I feel like it's also kind of like that, where you're trying to have the best portfolio and you're trying to do everything. And I don't want it to like destroy my relationship with art. Whoa, whoa, what's happening here? Oh, I got all stripey. So what time is it where you guys are? I'm a little French girl. Pardon my English sometimes. Oui, oui, baguette. It's currently 4:08 p.m. 1 a.m. 10 p.m. Ah, everyone's in such late time zones. I will put out a poll soon. Um, Probably once my time zone switches again, because in about a month, I think my time will go 1 hour earlier, I think. Or maybe it's later. Wait. Now it's 4. It's gonna be. Wait, I forget which way daylight savings goes. I think it would be 3 p.m. now, maybe? Wait, am I wrong? But we'll see, because I feel like um I feel like even though I stream at a time that's convenient for me and I'm in North America, I feel like most of my viewers are not in North America. Really? No. No, it's not. Colors are so hard. Okay, maybe we'll just draw super zoomed out until I want to zoom in again. Hold on. You prime time for a stream, I guess. I think it just means that I live a really awful schedule for normal North American people. Like, I think at this time, okay, because when I stream, for me, it's from 3 to 6 p.m. on a Friday. And I think, I guess, most people are like still out and about and living their lives at this time and not sitting at home on their computer. But you know what? It's fine. It's okay. I'm happy to hang out with EU folks. 10 p.m. here, but not in France, but pretty close. Ah. Oh, there's a blister on my finger. What is this? Go away. Yeah. Okay. I got it. This song, the vocals are by Rosu, and I didn't know it was by her until recently, even though I've been listening to this song for like 4 years now. And I only figured it out because I started listening to Rosu's like original music, like her own releases recently. Um, and then I was scrolling through, like, on Spotify, there's that tab. Oh, hydrate, hydrate. Okay. Thank you, Leon and Hechi. Let me hydrate. Neko too. Drowning me. Jesus. Okay, nice. Hydrated. What was I saying? More, more hydrate. Okay. Wait. Okay. More hydrate. Ah. Posture check. Okay. Stream canceled. We're only drinking water now. More hydrate. Drink that brown ceiling water? Absolutely not. If I drink that water, I'm never streaming again. I will end up in the ER and die. Drink. Dude, you guys would be awful if we went to a bar together. Okay, let's keep the. Okay, I'm out of water, guys. There's no more water in my cup. Okay, let me go get more, okay? Give me a second. Give me a second. I'll be back. I'm back. I have more water. Are you satisfied? Wow. Paying Penguin. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. And God put that immune cells into your body that are pretty OP. Those thingies fight most of the harmful stuff. See, I'm sure they can fight it if it's like a bacteria or a mold, maybe. But I feel like they can't fight lead and asbestos. Or like rust. If I just drink rust water, I might die. Drinking too much is harmful. Someone died from it during a radio show for a PlayStation. Whoa, scary. Don't worry, I'm not drinking that much water. Okay, let's see. You see how her face is so discolored? I need to fix this somehow. Agathali, thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you. Oh, speaking of follows, we reached 6,000 on Twitter. Isn't that crazy? I'm so shocked. That feels so insane to me. But thank you. So exciting. Overhydration is a thing. I feel like, wouldn't you die of like other things before you get water poisoning? Huge grats 10K soon. Yippee. It was all with the power of Gigi Moodin. Because she retweeted the Gigi art from yesterday. Okay, let me see. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Should I just take a Tetris break now? Is that crazy? I've barely even drawn anything yet, and it's been like an hour and a half. Is it cooked? It might be cooked. I'm slowly losing my ability to draw. Just saw that you hit 6K. Congrats. Yay, thank you. How do I draw this? Okay. I can't see the other side of her outfit. Drink too much water and become 100% water. What the hell? There's so much glare on my screen I can't see. Please. I would like to use my eyes. Uh, Once upon a time, I locked in really hard to learn the song. But the middle part is really high. Meaning, if I drink too much of something else, I can become that thing. Be water, my friend. We can become anything we want that way. I could become orange juice. It's so high. Let's turn into hot chocolate. It's too hot for hot chocolate. Oh, Pepsi from 12, thank you for the follow. I can become stealing water. Heck yeah. What is your guys' obsession with the sealing water? Should I ask my landlord to bring the leak back? Oh, Mac9135, thank you for the follow. I cannot sing like that. Okay. Okay, I don't like that. Bring back the leak. Okay, that can be our next community redeem. It'll be 20 billion points, and if we reach it, I'll punch a hole in my ceiling. Bare-handed, pigeon strong. Exactly. I can punch through concrete, guys. You draw with one brush? Pretty much. I think like usually a maximum of like four. We've got the one I'm using right now, which is called Square Texture Brush. Oh, hold on. Here. This one, I usually use it between like 50 to 80 opacity. And then I use Lemon Cake, which is this one. It's like a little bit of a chalky texture, kind of. And then sometimes I use Mapping Pen if I want it to be a little sharper. This one. And then every once in a while, I don't use it as much anymore, but I use a little bit of the square rake brush. Very useful. Ah, and if it counts, I guess I sometimes use airbrush. And then I sometimes use the Splendor brush. It's like this. Very nice. Breaking concrete versus doing one pull-up. Okay, look, maybe I can actually do more pull-ups. I just don't know how yet. So think about it this way. The concrete, clearly, if it keeps leaking, it's already messed up. So it can't be that hard to break already broken concrete, right? Okay, I think I need to do something really drastic to like break my way into this piece, if that makes sense. Like, I think sometimes I get stuck on how to proceed because everything is at the same stage of completion. And so I don't know what to like do first, if that makes sense. I think I need to make some big change just for the hell of it so that I have something to work on, something very obvious to work on, and then I'll be able to work into it more. Concrete, cement, Arknights, that's concrete, baby. Maybe I should draw her. Maybe I should stop drawing Spectre and I should just draw cement. Cement Arknight. What I come back to, breaking concrete, yes. This is our new hobby. Cement Arknights. Okay. She's so funny looking. Like, why does she have this big ass like suitcase? Is it a shield? Why is it so thick? Like, like, do you see this? Like, what is this? What is this? Though it's such good art. Ah, okay. I'll work on it a little more then. Leak is fixed. She missed the leak in the ceiling. Now want to punch a hole in there. Bring back the leak. Okay, whoa, whoa. I don't miss the leak, but you guys missed the leak. Anything for the stream? Question mark. I'm very glad that the leak is gone. However, if you really, really want the leak to be back, I will work my hardest to punch a hole there. Gotta go. It's really sweet. I'll be here again soon. Au revoir. Okay, bye bye. See you next time. Thank you for stopping by. Sorry for butchering the word. I tried. Was it in a corner or was it dripping on you? See, the thing is, it was dripping on me, but I'm also in the corner. So, all of the above. Basically, it started dripping like, okay, because I work off of a laptop and spot I put my laptop, it started dripping there. So I moved my laptop and then it started dripping above the new spot. And then I moved it again and it started dripping again. So it was chasing me around, which is kind of awful. But it's okay. It's gone now. Life is good. My belongings are dry. No, I don't live in a house. I live in like a studio apartment. Basically right above me is my upstairs neighbor's bathroom. What if there's just something on the ceiling dripping drool on you? Like a secret invisible creature. I just can't see it with my naked eyes. That would be crazy. I have like a secret roommate and it's not even human. Should sleep with one eye open. What? Ceiling water is bathroom sewer water? No, it's not from the sewer because the bathroom sewage runs through a pipe that I can also see, and that pipe is not leaking. But um based on like the location of it, because the upstairs apartment's probably about the same as my apartment's layout. The bathroom in my because okay, I live in like a tiny, tiny little loft in the studio apartment, right? Below me is the bathroom. Based on the placement of the stuff in my bathroom, it's probably leaking from like the edge of the shower. Or that's where it was leaking. Like here, ready diagram. Okay. If we okay, so let's say below me, I do a little isometric diagram. Very nice, right? Okay, this is the shower inside the bathroom. This is the rest of the bathroom, right? This is like, let's say this is my bathroom, right? You see, this is like the edge of the shower. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Very nice. Whatever. Now I live in like this little corner above the bathroom. So like up here. Hold on. How this is gonna be the worst diagram of my life. But this is like my corner, right? And then above me, there's another bathroom, which is the source of all of my woes. Like this, right? This is the other bathroom that's above me. And where my table is, I'm just picking random freaking colors now. But anyway, okay, my table is like here. Okay, this is my table. My laptop, what am I drawing? Okay, then my table, my laptop goes here, right here. I'm pretty sure the leak is leaking from this edge of where the shower meets the rest of the room, and it was going like this, right? So then I set up another table here in front of my existing table. I was like, okay, we gotta still work, right? I still have shit to do. I can't just not draw for 2 weeks while my landlord fixes my stuff. So then I moved my laptop here. Here actually, this would be more accurate. The table is like a little shorter. This is my backup table. I move my laptop here. The leak starts dripping here. So I was like, okay, what the hell? So then I moved my table over so that it's like here. And then for a week I was over here in this little corner. Yeah, what about boxes? Yeah, see this space over here above the shower? That's where the boxes go. Okay. Here, look. Ready? Box. Here's one box. Here's another box. Here's more boxes. There you go. This whole space is boxes. Very nice. And now the sewage pipe. Okay, wait, here, look. We can here, let me just get rid of the boxes really quick. The sewage pipe. Okay. There's a toilet here, right? This is my upstairs neighbor's toilet. Right, like this. Sorry, it's worst toilet of my life. Um, the sewage pipe from the toilet runs down here and then over my table and then this way so that it like lines up with the edge of the shower, but it's not the edge of the shower. I can see this pipe, so it was not leaking from the sewage pipe. My room is super organized. Okay, it's better now, okay? I fixed it. I fixed it. Because I put the table away. My room's normal again. It was actually in such a state of disarray for the last 2 weeks. It was so bad. My keyboard was absolutely covered in stuff. But now it's normal again. I can see the keys of my keyboard. But yeah, this pipe goes like all the way this way, and then I assume it goes down somewhere. But yeah, that's the situation. But it's fixed now. It's fixed now. There's no more brown water dripping onto my computer. The contrast between yours and mine is super fun. Yes, it is. Because your room is like pretty and it's peaceful and it's cozy and it's nice. And you have a window, which is awesome. I don't have a window. I have a leaking ceiling and like two tables and shit all over the floor. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I promise I'm usually an organized person. I also just don't have that much space. Please call next time when the first leak appears. I did. That's the thing. When the first leak appeared, I was like, "Hey landlord, guess what's happening again?" Um, and he was like, "Oh, it's leaking, right?" I was like, "Yes, it is. Please go fix it." He was like, "Okay, I'll go check." But this was at like 8 or 9 p.m. So the tenant upstairs, I assume they have a job where they wake up really early. They were already asleep. So my landlord was like, "Hey, Fi, I texted them, I knocked on the door, but no one's responding, so it might have to be tomorrow." I was like, "Okay, okay. One night with a leak is okay. I can handle that." So I waited one night, and then the next day, I hear nothing from my landlord. So I'm like, "Hey, landlord, did you check out the leak?" And he's like, "Yeah, is it still leaking?" And I'm like, "Yes, it's still leaking." He's like, "Okay, I'll go check again." And he goes to check again, and another day passes, and it's still leaking. And at this point, it's starting to spread, right? It's going from leak one right here to leak two right here, right? So I'm like, "Hey, it's getting worse. Can you go fix it?" But now it's the weekend, and apparently the upstairs tenants were home, but my landlord was like, "We can't find a repair guy on the weekend." I was like, "Okay, are you freaking kidding me?" So I wait Saturday and Sunday until Monday. So now it's Monday. And I'm like, "Hey landlord, so did you get that repair guy?" And he's like, "Yeah, he's pulling up this afternoon." So I was like, "Yes, finally, freedom from the leak." So the afternoon comes, I hear like a little bit of movement from upstairs. So I guess they're fixing it or something. So I'm like, "Okay, okay, it'll stop dripping soon. Life is good." But the nighttime comes, it's still dripping. And so I'm like, "Okay, tomorrow morning, Tuesday morning, I will ask again." And so this just keeps happening over and over and over again. And my landlord keeps being like, "I went, I fixed it. I went, I fixed it." And I'm like, "No, you didn't, because it's still leaking. It's still leaking." Um, and I don't know what happened in the end, but he finally fixed it, so it's good now. But I promise I called him when the first leak appeared. It just didn't get fixed. Also, is this New York? Yes, this is New York. Maybe don't reuse that bucket. Yeah, don't worry. That okay, because this leak also happened once last year in the summer. Basically, I think it was in like June last year. So like 15 months ago. So I put that bucket there the first time. Okay, you know what? Here, we're gonna continue the diagram. Let's do a little zoom in on this area. Okay, the area next to my desk. My desk is okay, no. Wait. Wait. My desk. Alright, here's my desk, okay? There's the pipe, which goes here, right? It's like this. It runs like this. Can you see the vision? I'm not good at drawing cylinders. But okay, I've got some cardboard boxes down here where I store things, right? They're like behind my table. The corner of the wall is like back there, right? Up here, I have a shelf like above the pipe, like this, right? It's like this here. Nice shelf, nice. It's the leak is like right here, like up here. Right, can you visualize this here? See, this is the edge of the ceiling. You see it? Can you visualize? And it spreads like back towards the wall. So it's like here, but it's also back there. So it drifts like on top of the shelf. I don't know why I'm explaining this, by the way. Like this can't be that interesting, but I'm making everyone listen to it anyway. um, but since last year it started dripping there, I just put the bucket up here like long term. Like it just lives here now. Ever since last year. And I'm glad that I left it there since last year because this thing is so it keeps dripping, right? It's from the same spot. If I didn't put this bucket here when it started leaking this time, there would have been like 2 gallons of water on my laptop. But luckily they went in here instead. But it drips from there and then it also dripped like down here, which is where my laptop is. So there's another bucket here. I had 3 buckets during this whole ordeal, right? And then hold on, last detail, right? I put the new table here so that I can have a workspace. But then the problem is the leak spread to here. So it started leaking here, and I was like, okay, well, shit, like, I need to put something else here. But there's no, like, surface here to put it because it was also dripping, like, here, right? And, like, dripping down. Um, so then I put a cardboard box. Wait. A cardboard box that comes out like this. It hangs over the edge. Okay, it hangs over the edge. And then I put a heavy object over here so that I wouldn't fall. And then I put another bucket here so that it can catch this water. So anyway, this is my personal hell for like 2 weeks. But I'm free, finally. You see it? See it? And that's also why my laptop had to be here. Hold on, like this. It was like, okay, I gotta move. Isn't it wonderful? Like, what am I looking at? When you look at this is not a living space, right? And the worst part is, because okay, usually I already don't have that much space. I sleep on the floor. I feel like I talk about this every week. Like, are we not getting bored yet? But, okay, usually I lay out my bedding like this on the floor. I was not about to, like, fold up this table every single day. So I was just sleeping under the table. Like, here's the table, right? It's one of those picnic tables. Um, and then I have a bookshelf here. Wait. This is just like story time, except I tell the worst stories ever. Um, I have a shelf here. I usually put my pillow here. I was just lying like this under the table every day. Life is bad. Life is bad. What do you think of my room? Isn't this a great room? Let me move these boxes. What the hell? Where are the boxes? Here, there you go. Look, very nice, very nice. But it's normal now. It's normal now. It's fine now. Yeah, futon. But not like an official one. I just have a bunch of like blankets. Oh wait. Here, should I just finish this diagram? Look, this pipe goes this way. This shelf continues this way beyond my shelf. And then the most important part is, wait, actually, hold on, more things to add first. My keyboard is here, like my musical keyboard is here, like this. Oh my god, my pen is so squeaky. My keyboard is here. There's also a wall here. Or I guess it's more like here, but I don't want to block the diagram. Okay, there's a wall here. I can walk into my space through this little path. And right in front of everything, there is a concrete beam. And it's about this tall. So if I try to walk out, then my head bonks this thing, but it's okay. We're chilling, we're chilling. No more, no more. I have to stop diagramming my room every single week. It's actually too much. Okay, moving on, moving on. Okay, hello Gigi. Back to Spalter, back to Spalter. Why is that aunt that solves everything with tape, but with boxes instead? I also use a lot of tape. NY is sad if you're not a landlord. Like, okay, to be honest, I really like living here, and I think for me it's worth it because okay, maybe it would be nice if I had a little more space, but I prefer having like a smaller space that has life to it as opposed to like a really big house where I don't even know what to put in there. So, I don't know. Like, it would be nice to have more space, but I like it here. And this is kind of like a one-off incident. Like I'm sure the other tenants in this building are not sleeping on the floor and like watching water drip every day. But I think I just got unlucky because our building is also super old. So it's not really like a landlord problem. Our building just needs repairs. Let's see. Phantasmus and Nathan Sanex. Thank you for the follows. Okay, I think the subject of my room should then be banned for 1 month, or I'm gonna literally talk about this every week. Which is also not saying that you guys bring it up too much, is that I bring it up too much. Like, like I love my room. I also think my living situation is a little bit amusing, so I tend to bring it up, but it may be too much. Ayaya, ayaya, ayaya. Oh, wait, I should add her blue ribbons. Maybe pigeon dwelling. There are many pigeons that live outside our building. Oh, I accidentally deleted the other selection, but that's okay. Mm, okay, wait. What? 10 from the slot machine. Let's go. Trying to think like what I want the ribbon to do. 'Cause it's part of her design, but I also feel like it should serve a purpose. And I should put it somewhere that helps the composition. Gotta gamba. It's true. Gotta gamble. But don't IRL. True, true, true. This is why we've got stream avatars gambling. So you can resist your IRL gambling urges and gamble on Twitch instead. Yay! Yeah, yeah. Jason, Jason, Jason. How do I proceed? How do I proceed with this? Bouncing. So cute, so cute. I don't know how to proceed. I'm just gonna go into folders. I don't have to think about it. Okay, nice. I need some references. How do I want to render this? Let's see. What are you trying to do? I just need to draw, to be honest. Like I'm feeling a little stuck on how to proceed further with the piece. Like it should be something as simple as just start rendering, but it's so vague. I'm just messing around until I figure out how I want to proceed. Did you draw this in stream from zero? Yeah, I started it last week, I think. I haven't touched it since then. Last stream, somebody said to drink the ceiling water too. See, that's just because a certain couple of people are very obsessed with the ceiling water. Let's see. I want to somehow portray this hair better because it's a little too blobby right now. Mm, okay, not like that though. Oh, don't crash. Don't crash. Okay, very nice. I don't like it. I don't like it. This is looking good. I like it. Thank you. Hello, dude. Do you have any mods where you also did a commentary or something, like what kind of brushes you did or blending? I don't think so. Maybe like brief little bits in inside streams, but I don't think I did anything specific. Or I don't think that sentence made sense. Hold on. I think I've talked about it a little bit randomly on certain streams, but I haven't dedicated any time to it. But I could, if there's any piece that you're specifically interested in, I can try to explain a little maybe. Is this a com? No, no, just fan art for fun. I wish it was a com. Well, Allianz, thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you. My memory is blending Discord streams with Twitch ones, but maybe the last three should have you commenting on that. Oh, maybe. Like, I think when I draw, I tend to just say random stuff. Like, I'm like, oh, maybe this part I want it to be more like this. Or I'll try to make little comments like, oh, right now I'm trying to do this, or I'm trying to do that. But to be honest, I feel like I don't really know what I'm doing most of the time. So a lot of my commentary is probably also going to be questions. Oh, what just happened to my tracking? My phone. Okay. Probably a lot of it will also be me being like, oh, like I don't really know what I'm doing, but this is what I'm trying, or something like that. Okay. I kind of need like a whole workflow thingy, like what your mind does while drawing it. I mean, if you want, I can just start talking, but to be honest, I feel like a lot of it is just instinct. Like I'm not really thinking too much when I'm drawing. But here, I'll start narrating it, okay, for fun. But only for a little bit, because my voice will get super tired. Okay. But right now, I feel that this piece, I want to add more details and I want to make all the forms and the parts of the design more clear. Um, and I want to do that by probably just increasing like the contrast a little more. Because I feel like from far away, this piece looks pretty cool, but when you zoom in, you notice that some of the contrast is a little flat. Some of the colors are a little bit off, a little bit dull. Um, and everything is the same texture. So you see how on her ref, there's like this fabric on her clothes, whoops, is very shiny. Whereas like other parts are more matte. I don't have that right now, so I want to just make everything more clear. And right now, I think the most unclear area is probably, oh my god, wrong color, like this area. It's kind of smudgy and it's not super clear like which way things are facing. So I'm trying to add in little bits of her design that will help hint towards what it should look like. So for example, here I added this dark part because before this whole shoulder area is kind of the same. Oh, whoops, sorry, I didn't whitelist Pixiv links. Whoops, sorry. Here, I'll post it. I'll post, this was Liz's message. Here. Sorry, Liz, sorry. You didn't get muted, right? I will unmute you if so. Okay, no worries. Nice. I will go whitelist Pixiv after this. But this shoulder area, the shoulder is quite round, fairly round. And since the light is hitting on this side, I felt like this side, the other side, is not dark enough. So it's not really showing that it's turning. So I added a dark spot because I think that's what it should look like, but honestly, I also don't know. But now I'm gonna tackle probably her torso area and her arm. Oh, Rodriguez, thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you. Let's see. So now I'm seeing that there's some belts on her arm. I'm gonna try to draw them in a way that matches the pose. But I also know that I tend to struggle with wrapping things around forms. I need to study it more. So I'm gonna try and figure out how to draw that. But I also just noticed that since this part is white, it's probably gonna bounce a little bit onto the dark fabric since it's quite shiny. I'm also adding a little bit of a light smudge for the bounce light. Um, let's see, I also just noticed that she has more details on her chest area. There's like more lines, which by the way, part of the other reason why I haven't done anything with commentary, like make a video or something, is also because I jump around a lot in my process. Like I work on this part a little bit, I work on that part a little bit. So it's not very continuous, but I will do my best. Yeah, I noticed that she has this like cross thing on her chest. The ribbons like cross over. So I'm gonna add that. And then I'm gonna smooth out some of the extra random lines in this area so that I can add in the proper details. Oh, Yomunagi, thank you for the follow. And when I'm drawing these lines, I'm trying to pay attention to the orientation of the rib cage. So I felt like maybe I should have drawn it like this, but because her rib cage, like the form is like the plane is facing like this way, then I'm gonna draw it more like that. Hello, work looking neat. Thank you, thank you. Thanks for stopping by. You also commented on not really detailing the back lady, but doing some minimal because you wanted to move the front one around. I remember you're yapping. Oh, oh, that's true. That's true. I did say that. But yeah, what Liz said, I do have a little more commentary when I post on Instagram and Tumblr. But it's true. I've yet to make anything that's like a full commentary of my process. Maybe when I feel a little more confident. uh, Now I'm adding like another strand of hair because I felt like the line near her neck is a little bit too stiff and I want to break it up a little. And also because her hair is fairly wavy, and I don't think it was conveying that before. So I'm adding a little bit more waviness. Maybe do it for comms on YouTube for VODs. Maybe, yeah. That might be good. But see, if I want to do VODs with commentary, I need to start like actually finishing stuff from start to finish on stream. Like I keep starting stuff and then not finishing it, or I like start it off stream and then finish it on stream. So then half of it isn't recorded and like half of it doesn't make sense. But I'll work on it. I'll work on it. Something gotta generate more content for YouTube or whatever. Okay. I think that's fine though. Like not finishing things all on stream. Yeah. I mean, I think it's fine, but um like I noticed that usually when I want to finish stuff like on purpose or like wait no, hold on, let me organize my thoughts. Let me see. It's like okay, a lot of my favorite pieces like I usually feel like they're going really bad in the beginning. And then I suddenly randomly lock in for like 6 hours and then it comes out as one of my favorites. But then I didn't record anything. And I have no idea how I drew it and I have no idea how anything works. And I feel like it's very hard to refine my process because I don't know how I did anything. So it's like it's for both reasons that I want to do it. Like I want people who want to see to be able to see what I did, but I also want to see what I did. But if I'm not streaming, I also don't feel motivation to record my screen. So I always feel like I might as well start and finish on stream, but it's true, it's true. Like everyone draws when they want to, so it's hard. You explain stuff in a really good way. Ah, I'm glad. I feel like I'm just rambling most of the time. But if it makes sense for you, then I'm glad. The voices took over. No, literally, literally. It's like if I'm too conscious, if I'm too awake when I'm drawing, it doesn't work. But as soon as I shut off my brain, there's like another Phi that takes over. And then suddenly I can draw again. Sensei Phi confirmed. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Espa, Espa. Okay, here I just noticed that I feel like the ribbon is kind of blending into the hat, but it should be resting on top of the hat, I think. So I'm adding a little bit of, I guess it would count as an occlusion shadow, where the two objects meet. Basically, I'm finding excuses to add stuff right now because I don't know what I should add. Okay. And now I feel like the sleeve is super messy, so I can try to add a little bit there. Okay, like to be honest, the other reason I don't usually narrate too much is also because I think a lot of my work is like bullshitting, like in the simplest way possible. I think I'm sometimes capable of making a cool artwork, but a lot of the things that I did to get there are not are like not valid. They're kind of fake. Like I'm just making it up along the way and hoping that it works out. Phi Sensei, teach me values, please. I can try. I can try. But it's hard. It's hard. I don't know how to teach. I can try. Teach me composition, please. Okay. Composition, I think, is the hardest thing to teach. Like, I feel like out of everything, out of all of the skills, composition is the most subjective out of everything. Uh, like so much of composition is based on your own preferences, your own aesthetics, and there are some guidelines. There are some guidelines that you can follow, but there's also so many situations where the guidelines will hold you back or they won't really apply. Like, for example, a lot of people know about the rule of thirds, right? But sometimes with certain poses and like certain things that you want to show, rule of thirds can make things look a little cramped or a little bit stiff, I feel. And so much of composition is just going on vibes, to be honest. Um, which is why it's so hard to teach because it's like trying to teach someone like why something is beautiful, but each person's sense of beauty is different, right? But my main tip for composition would be like first just get something on the canvas, right? Get something on the canvas. It doesn't matter what it is. But like if you want to draw something, just start the drawing first. And then as you work, you might start to feel like, oh, like this feels a little uncomfortable, right? Um, like hold on, how should I explain this? Mm, let me find a drawing that I can explain this with. Uh, but with composition, I think a lot of it's about trusting your gut, right? When you draw, you start a drawing, even if you don't know exactly what's wrong with a drawing, I think every person tends to have a gut feeling that there's something they want to change. And sometimes that means like, oh, I feel like something in this corner should be darker, or like something in that corner should be lighter, right? Or like, oh, I feel like there should be something big in this corner and something small in that corner, right? Maybe you don't know what it is, and that causes you to hesitate. But I would say it's more important to just put something there first. Like it doesn't matter what it is. Okay, wait, hold on. This one. Okay, okay, look, I've got one as an example. Okay. The composition is not amazing on this piece, but I drew it last year and we can just use it as reference for now. Right, okay. This piece, it ended up like this. I think it looks fine. Like it's not amazing. It's not great, but I think this was the first draft and I think it looks better than the first draft. At least for my preferences. right? When I was thinking about the composition, I was like, okay, well, I want to highlight Texas, which is this character here, and I want to highlight Lapland because they're my favorites, right? But while I was drawing this, I was like, okay, something about this area feels like, hold on, let me see what I did first. Okay, yeah. I was like, something about this area feels very blank. Let me use a different color. Wait. Something about this area feels super blank and super empty, right? And something about detail versus emptiness is you have to balance what areas have detail and what areas don't have detail, right? If everywhere has detail, but then one area has no detail, you'll actually be drawn to the no detail area instead, right? Because that's the area that's the most different from everything else. So I was like, this area is too empty, it's too flat, and it's also too bright, right? Because I want the brightness to mostly be from here and from here. So I was like, this area needs to go. So I didn't know what I wanted to put there, but what I probably would have done first is just like put something there. I'd be like, I need this corner to be dark and I'll figure out what it is later. So I did that first. And then I was probably like, okay, well, Lapland's hair is kind of blending into everything else here because the values are too similar, right? So I was like, I can fix this one of two ways. I can make Lapland darker or I can make the background brighter, right? One of them has to change. Um, and I can't really explain why I would pick one over the other, but I think I ended up doing both. Like you can see here. I was like, okay, well, if we make Lapland darker, then it shows the form better. And if I make the background brighter, then it'll increase the contrast, which will then make it easier to see the shape of Lapland, right? So if we do it really shittily, I was like, okay, first I will make her darker, right? So that this way she stands out against the background. But then I was like, okay, the value here in the background and the value here under Texas's coat are too similar. So instead of looking like this is a piece and that this is the sky, it kind of looks like there's a hole here, right? Do you get that feeling when I zoom out? Do you see it? It doesn't look like a coat, it just looks like there's a hole here and there's like a sleeve here. So I was like, okay, I can either make the coat darker or I can make the sky lighter, which is basically the same problem with Lapland. So I was like, okay, let's just make the sky lighter. So, okay, here's my really awful selection of this area. I was like, okay, all I know is the sky needs to be lighter because in both situations now, that would fix my problems. So I was like, let me make this brighter. So do you see that? I made the sky brighter. It makes it so that Lapland stands out more, which is what I wanted. Because I want Lapland to be a focus and I want Texas to be a focus. Making the sky brighter also made it so this doesn't look as much like a hole, right? It looks a little more solid. Here, let me put this up here. So we went from this to this, which I think puts the focus more towards the middle. You see it? Like before, I would say when you look at this canvas, you look at this area first. Because there's a lot of like heavy solid blacks, big, big empty spaces, right? And it doesn't help that I also added like a really bright highlight on his shoulder. So you definitely look over here, along with the guiding lines of the composition generally being like this shape. It's like everything is telling you to look over here. But I want you to look at this area. So I was like, we're gonna weaken this side. I mean, I'm not gonna do it again, but we're gonna weaken that side and we're gonna put more contrast here. Um, and then the reason I didn't do it for Penance is because I don't want her to stand out too much. So in that case, I'm okay with these values being similar because then she won't really stand out too much. And then let me see, what else did I do for this one? Let's see. Okay, yeah. So then after this, I was like, I think this area is still too blank. So then I just covered it up again. Like, I don't know. So much of it is just going on vibes. I was just like, I don't like it, so I'm changing it. Which is, by the way, also why I have a really hard time with line art. Because when I do painting, I can change all of this on like one layer and it's not a big deal. With line art, I have to change the lines and the base color and the everything, and it's really scary for me. But let's see. Okay. Obviously, there's one really big change in this canvas, and that's that I covered this entire area, right? And I don't exactly remember why, because it's been like a year now. But I think similar to the other corner, I was like, this area is too blank, and it needs to be covered. So I was like, I'm just gonna cover it. We're gonna figure out what it is later, but I'm gonna cover it because this is the scene that I want, right? I don't care about what's over here. I want the scene to be this area. So we're just gonna chop off that area because I don't want it, and then we're gonna figure out what it is later. Well, I'm taking notes. This really helped. Gonna go now though. Have fun fight. Okay. Bye bye, Haji. Thank you for stopping by. Well, hello, Fram. We fixed the leak. Exactly, exactly. All that effort to make me look at Lapland when that's where I would have looked anyway. See, we are of the same mind, but I have to make sure all the non-Lapland enjoyers also become die-hard Lapland fans. But yeah, after this point, I was like, I don't want that side of the canvas. So if I chop it off, then this is basically the new crop, right? That side's not relevant. This is basically the art now. But I wanted to keep the long composition. So I was like, okay, this area is getting blocked off, and then we're gonna turn it into something. And I was like, oh, well, we accidentally chopped off penance. So let me put penance back. So then it turned into penance. And then more or less that's more or less how we got here. So basically all I'm saying is a lot of it is based on vibes. And then if you look at what makes you uncomfortable, like you just have to identify why it makes you uncomfortable. Because then you can follow another line of questioning. Like, for example, the Lapland thing, right? With her hair. Which layer was it on? Like this edit, those two steps, it was just like Lapland, okay, what is the problem? Lapland doesn't stand out. That's the problem, right? And so then I think, okay, so why doesn't Lapland stand out? And the reason for why doesn't Lapland stand out is because her hair and the background are too similar, which means you can't see her silhouette. And silhouette is super important in composition and just the readability of a piece. You want to be able to see who's where, what's where very easily. So if the silhouette's not clear, then it's very hard to tell. So, okay, so our line of questioning so far has been, what's wrong? Lapland doesn't stand out. Why doesn't Lapland stand out? Because her hair is too similar to the background. And now why is it too similar to the background? It's because the values or the colors are too similar. So how can you fix that? You make one of them different, which sounds like a really like blunt answer to the question, but sometimes that's all it takes, right? You literally just go, it's too similar, therefore I will make them not similar. Right? And so then I go, okay, if I want to make them not similar, that means I either change the value of the background or I change the value of Lapland's hair. And looking at the piece, my first choice was make Lapland's hair darker. And that's because I want it also to follow the lighting. And this is like the dark side of her head. It makes sense to make it darker. So our first step is Lapland doesn't stand out. We're going to make her hair darker so that she stands out. Exactly. We don't want her to blend into the background. Exactly. And then you can strengthen the effect by making it also brighter. So that's it. That's it. It's just questioning a lot and thinking about the questions step by step. Like, why doesn't it work? How can I make it work? Like, I don't know. I feel like when I say it like that, it sounds like I'm saying like just draw the rest of the owl. But the reason I love drawing in black and white and messing with values is because it's just a giant puzzle. Like I know what I want my idea to be. I just need to make it come true and fix all the areas where things are not working until it works. Anyway, yes, problem solving. Anyway, no more yapping. I feel like that's the extent of my knowledge, so I can't say too much more. But that's basically all it is. Okay, I really like how much of your art has subtle expressions that really fit the character. Like a lot of the time, it isn't any extreme expression visually, but fits the character. Ah, that makes me happy. I'm really glad to hear that. I feel like extreme expressions are something I struggle a lot with. So I do my best to avoid them if I can. But obviously, it's still important to show off their personality. So I'm glad if I can make it come across. Hey, wait, where are we? Okay, you know what? Let's apply some of that yapping to this piece. Right now, when I look at this piece, I think this area looks super flat, right? And the hair doesn't stand out, the face doesn't stand out. When you zoom out, it's kind of just like mushy over here. So let's see, how should I fix that? I can either make the hair brighter and add a highlight here. I can make the face darker, probably. So let's try those. Let's try those. I already tried making the hair darker earlier, so let's try making the face brighter first. And I will say, like, sometimes the solution is not as obvious as with that last drawing, right? Sometimes it's not so straightforward, and there's a lot of trial and error going on. But that's honestly, it's part of the fun and part of the suffering. Maybe I want it to be the highlight. Like, okay, I think my problem with this right now is this side of the head, the form is turning, but this side of the head, it kind of just flattens out, which I don't like. So let's see. I can try to strengthen the form. But my lighting source is not very clear, so that makes it hard. I can try and strengthen how much it's turning, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. We can try. I can only try everything until it works. Let's see, maybe like that. I think that improves it slightly, but not enough. There's a quiz in 2 weeks. Get prepared. In 2 weeks, I'm not gonna remember what I talked about today, so you guys are gonna have to quiz yourself. You think you can draw with mouse? I can try. I'm probably not gonna be very good at it though. Let's see. Now I feel that this eye, even though she's kind of looking towards the light, is a little dim. So I might add something there, just kind of show that the light is reflecting into it. Uh, and obviously it needs a little adjusting. So the quiz is for you from the student. Maybe we can think about it like that. I don't know if that's what I want. Like it marginally fixes the problem, but it's not enough. Like, it's not a satisfactory solution. Let's see. Mm, hold on, let me see. Okay. This is so difficult. Let's see. Okay, I also think this area could be darker. Maybe the struggling. Like basically the line of questioning from earlier, that's the framework I follow whenever I need to solve a problem, but I also like it's not easy sometimes. I also don't know what I'm doing, so don't worry. Let's see. By making that part darker, I think it puts a little more focus towards or definition towards the shape of the face, but I don't know if that's the right solution. Can you draw Merida and Fergus from Brave in your art style maybe next time? Yeah, sure. If you remember it, I'll depending on what we're doing next week. We can definitely do a doodle. Okay. I like that it makes the contrast there a little darker, but I also don't like that now it's blending into the hat. So I will try to reduce that feeling. And then I think here could probably be a little darker because it's a little bit like she's putting her face into a very crowded spot. So there's probably not too much light, I want to say. And then probably it will come over this way a little more. Mm, maybe it's too much. Maybe if I, instead of making it blendy, I can add another tuft of hair. Tuft. What did I say? Tuft. Because that adds a little more interesting shapes and also shows off her hairstyle a little more. I think. I hope. There's a lot of hoping. A lot of hoping. Um. Okay. And then I also see that I drew this shape here in the sketch, which I think came from a strand of hair like here, probably. And I think that's cool. So I'm going to see if I can maintain that somehow. I'm going to add a highlight around this edge because it's turning. I think. I'm still bullshitting. I'm still bullshitting. um, like we're following basically the top edge of the hair while it wraps around stuff. Or at least that's what I want to do. And then I'm now trying to define the kind of ribbon shape that it has. Because when the hair turns, I'm not great at hair, but it's kind of a ribbon, right? You've got the edge, there's a slight thickness, and then there's the inside, and then there's the outside, and the ribbon just keeps turning. This is basically hair. Then there's a shadow side, and then there's the light side, and there's the shadow side. So I guess that's what I'm trying to follow. Something like that. I'm not qualified for this. Let's see. Now this eye is still kind of fading away, so we're gonna have it stop fading away. That would be pretty awesome. And same for the iris, but maybe to a lesser extent. Mm, yeah, I'm noticing that the hair's going in front of the face, and there is a highlight on the face, but because of where the hair is, it's probably gonna block that highlight a little. The cast shadow. And then I maybe want the highlight to continue down a little, which is nonsensical. Like, I don't think this necessarily happens with this lighting. I just want it to happen, so it's going to happen. Okay, and then let's see on her design. Oh, it's 5:34. To go kind of soon, but that's okay. On her design, there's like this little gap where her neck shows. I think that will help a little because right now it looks like there's a really weird transition from her face color to the white of her shirt. I think that looks strange. So keeping in mind the cylinder shape of the neck, I'm adding like a little edge. And then I will add hopefully a skin tone shadow, but it's kind of turning into the wrong color. Okay, I'm just gonna put the shape in first, and then I'm gonna adjust the color. Maybe darker. Maybe this color. Something like that. just so it separates it a little bit. And it's not like her head is just growing out of her shirt. Cute shark hat. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. Okay. And then I also want to make the face shadow a little bit darker so that it separates things a little more. Maybe. Okay. Um, let's see. I think that improves it a little bit based on the issue that I had before. Like it might be a little bit clearer what the shape of that area is. And not super, super clear still, but I think it's a little better. Like this area is a little more three-dimensional. This area sinks in a little more, which highlights the edge of her face a little more, which makes it a little bit easier to tell which way she's looking. Maybe. Hopefully. Okay, okay. And let's see, what else? What else? Okay. Kind of random to add this now, but her hair is super bright, so I feel like once the light hits the hair, let me use like a different color. It's super bright, so once that light hits the hair, it'll probably also bounce again. And this is a downward facing surface, so let's add some random bounce light there. Jinxie! Hi, Jinxie! Good morning! How was your sleep? Welcome! Hello! Drink some water. Do your stretches. It was a short one. When did you go to sleep? Yeah. I'm finding the highlight to be a little too much, so I'm removing a little bit. Please don't say you slept at like 3 a.m. and then woke up at 6 a.m. Please. I'm dead. The drink some water made me laugh. Oh god, I really need to. I know, you should. Go get water. Go get water. I slept like 5 hours ago. Okay. Not too bad. But also could be better. It's 4 a.m. Why are you awake? Why are you awake? Go to sleep. Go back to sleep. Drink some water and then go back to sleep. Unless you have somewhere to be, I guess. Let's see. I'm also doing the same for this part of the hat. There might be some bounce light. It's all a maybe, but you can kind of fake stuff when it comes to drawing. Like this. There you go. And the reason I made it curved is because the hat is curving. And this way, I think it also defines the form a little better. Because it's having the Lapland hair problem where it's blending into the background. I don't know. I feel anxious of being late every time I'm gonna go on a road trip. Road trip is in 4 hours. Ah, okay. I understand the feeling. I mean, it's okay if it's on a road trip, right? Because you can always nap in the car. But I'm glad it was at least 5 hours of sleep. My heart is cold enough. No, look at road. No, now. Okay, this is also very true. If the road trip, the whole point of the road trip is to look at the road and the surroundings, then maybe don't nap. But like, okay, maybe you could nap while the car is still getting out of your town. Like a 15-minute nap. Don't worry, I'm not driving, so I'll be knocked out in the back. Okay, okay, perfect, perfect. I can't drive. I'm too scared of everything to drive. No, that's very relatable. Like, I don't know. I feel like I don't trust my fellow human beings to be sensible enough to be driving around giant hunks of metal that are powered by burning gasoline. Obviously, I'm exaggerating a little on how you have to think about it, but sometimes you can drive perfectly and it things will happen and it will be someone else's fault. Very scary, very scary. Oh, they didn't have that riff. Never mind. Okay, let's see. I'm seeing that this shape is a little bit distracting because it doesn't really follow any form, so I'm getting rid of it. Like this, maybe. Maybe. I don't know if I like that yet. Why does no one fly anymore? I don't know. I don't know. We should all have wings. Life would be way better if we all had wings. Take me to the beach. I love that song. I love that song. Should we listen to it again? Wait, listen to it again. Oh, this is also a good song though. It's okay. Chill Toast, thank you for the follow. But a million people said how to plan it. I no longer stand it. Sometimes when I'm walking alone, um, I'll sing this like along with the music while I'm walking. And it gets to the part where Ado and Imagine Dragons are like going back and forth. And and I feel like obviously if you try to do both of their parts, there's not really a chance to breathe, so it's a little bit silly, but it's a lot of fun. It's way too cold. My heart is cold enough. I also think it's really funny the way Otto pronounces or like enunciates "my heart is cold enough" because it kind of sounds like a confused question. He's like, "My heart is cold enough." あ、so cool. Take your hands off. 飽き出す前に口を閉じろ。No. Take me to the beach. Mm, my heart is cold enough. You hear it? My heart is cold enough. It's like, what? I'll take the beach. It's so cute. Rolling Stone off my phone. Breathing is not an option when singing along to Otto, so for this whole song, you can only take a breath at the start. No, literally, literally. Sun in my face, on and on and on and on. Take me to the beach. Yeah, she sounds super angry. It's like confused angry. It makes me laugh. Wait, listen. My heart is cold enough. I don't have no friends. Got me to the end. Oh, my day. So, daremo, Take me to the beach. Yay. Okay. Y'all can rewind live. What does that mean? Rewind live? Like replay the live? Or you mean the music? The I don't have no friends cracked me up the first time I heard this. Yeah. No, it's funny because Imagine Dragons goes, I don't have no friends, and then Otto goes, so nani mo yeah, right? She's like, yup, got nothing. And then the next line they go again, I don't have no friends. And she goes, so daremo de, where she's like, yup, no one. It sounds like it's very funny to me. But the vibes are immaculate. The lyrics just make it a little funny when you think about it too much. I think that I gotta go and I don't know why. Because why are you joyously singing about not having any friends? I know, right? Like, I feel like this song in general is supposed to have a kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. Like a sort of anthem kind of feel, like a little bit of like a sad march, almost, or not sad, but a little bit angry, a little disappointed, maybe a little nihilistic. But the way Imagine Dragons sings it is very like pumped up. So they're like, yeah, I don't have no friends. And you're like, oh, okay. Like I didn't know it was that serious. but it's funny. It's funny. I like it. Gonna be cleaning my room. This is my podcast. Okay, sounds good. I will say I'm probably only gonna be live for another like 15 or 20 minutes, but I hope that it's a good podcast. Go back like 10 seconds while live in the VOD. Oh, no, I don't think I can do that. I can. The only reason I changed the music is because it's just on my Spotify. You see, Imagine Dragons music is very inspiring, advertisement coded. Don't know how to explain that. No, I know exactly what you mean. And it's very accurate too. That's a very accurate description. Okay, also, I didn't explain this. I added a random white highlight here because I feel like I want there to be a secondary light, which kind of makes it feel like the light is behind us as the viewer and it's shining towards her. I think it'll just help pull out like the shininess of some parts of her outfit. So I'm adding it there just as a little hint for myself. Like I'll probably move it later, but for now it can be there. Okay, and let's see. I'm still feeling like the values here are a little flat. So I'm gonna maybe adjust that as well. And sometimes when I'm feeling lazy, one way I adjust it is I make a correction layer. Um, a brightness contrast. Oh, you can't see it. Wait, hold on. Um, wait. Clips view. Ah, okay, there we go. Okay, okay. I'd like to. What the hell? I just put this earbud in. What do you mean it's dead? It's not very cool in my earbud. Okay. But okay, I make a new correction layer, brightness contrast, and then I lower the brightness by increase the contrast. And then I keep messing with these sliders until I feel it's where I want it to be. Or, okay, I might have said that backwards. I increase the brightness. And then, obviously, this affects everything. I don't want it to affect everything. I make sure I'm on this, click this thingy, which is like the clipping mask. And I fill it with nothing. So it erases it, which basically turns off the, what do you call it? Turns off the layer or like what it does. Oh, Pringles 13 Pindorafe. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. And then I go back onto the mask with a dark, with like any brush, and then I airbrush over the parts that I want it to affect. So I'm basically applying the mask a little bit at a time. Like this area, I felt the values were too flat, so I'm going to increase it. And if it's too much, then I adjust it back down. Like a lazy way to do it so I don't have to paint over it again. If I turn it on and off, you can see the difference. And then I keep adjusting it until I feel like it looks like what I want. Which also is a reason why you should not look at my layer management because I just add 1,000 layers until until I feel satisfied. That um, and then doing this also makes me notice that maybe the area above her eyelid is a little bit too bright. So I will add a shadow. I will also darken this area. Mm, hold on, let's go down here. What's this layer? Okay, let's use this one. I'm eyedropping this color. I'm making it a little darker. I'm adjusting the hue a little bit. And then it's like doing eyeshadow, except I don't know how to do eyeshadow, so that might be wrong. Like this. Mm, just a little. Okay, we're gonna come back to that area. Probably. Hopefully. Maybe. Okay, I want the contrast on her iris to be a little bit less. So I'm gonna erase the contrast layer there. There, like that. It's very faint. I don't think it makes a huge difference, but I want it, so I'm keeping it. And maybe I also want to apply it here a little. On the edges of the highlights, because I want the highlights to stand out more. So I'm increasing the contrast, which might be too much, but I can always undo it later. Maybe I'll undo it on the face, but not on the hair. Like this? Perhaps, perhaps. Checking the values. Don't want it to be too bright. Okay, because I think it's a little too much. I'm just gonna turn the adjustment layers opacity down to like 60. Okay, nice. Okay, and then since I wanted to add the light that's coming from where the viewers are, I think I will add a little bit of that now. Okay. Basically, when I add this highlight, I'm doing it kind of generally now, like not too much in detail because I just want to test it. I'm looking for the point that is closest form-wise, like 3D-wise, to us as the viewer. Maybe like here. And I don't really know if this will work yet, so I might do it and delete it, but that's okay. This point here is kind of trying to follow her cheekbone. This is like the roundness of her hair. Same here. And then her eye is very shiny because the eyeball is wet. So I will try to add a highlight there, probably. Her face is a little lopsided. I need to fix that, but we will fix that some other time. And I want it to be a little bit smudgy. A little bit. Okay. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, I love this song. Otto, Otto, my beloved. Okay, same here. The hair. It's a little bit here. Okay, a little on the top of her eyelid. Okay, I'm also gonna erase some of it on her face because I don't think the skin is that shiny. Wait, hold on. Let me just redo that part. 1, 2, 3, 내 아직 돈다. 나는 밭돈 우때도 다이도 날락난 마이가. Underrated song. Like, out of her first, like, what, like 4 originals? From Usewa to Odo. Obviously, everyone loves Usewa, everyone loves Odo. People also love Gira Gira. But no one talks about Ready Made. I love Ready Made. Okay, let's see. Uh, okay. The face one can stay. I'll just change it later. The hair thing, this like triangle part, it's made of cloth. So I still wanted to have a highlight, but I don't want it to be too sharp. A little bit more of a diffuse highlight. Because if it's too sharp, it'll look like a very shiny material. Whereas if it's more spread out, it'll look a little more matte, which is what I want. Okay. And I'm purposely making it too bright right now because I think it's better to make it too much and then adjust the opacity like this to make it less as opposed to doing too little. So we're just gonna leave it as too much for now. Okay, same here. A little bit on the hair. Just a little bit this way. I think it's a little too. Whoops! I punched my mic. Sorry. Um, did it break? I know sometimes when I punch it, it gets all fizzly. Uh, hope not. I hope not. I think it's too sharp on the hair now. So the hair looks like it's made of metal, which is not what I want. So a little bit of diffusing on the hair. On the other side too. Like this. Eh. Well, it looks weird, but it can stay for now. Okay. And then, oops. CSP is saving. Thank you, CSP. Okay. Gonna also put some highlights into her clothes for the same reasons, basically. Bald Spectre hides behind metal wig confirmed. Crazy, crazy. Dude, imagine what a metal wig would feel like. Wouldn't that be crazy? Like, I'm sure it would feel like a helmet, probably, but like all the strands of hair would definitely poke you so much. A bald soul hunter? Abyss bald hunters? Bald Bissell hunters? Bald Bissell hunters. Like you never know what could happen in the future. What if the abyssal hunters live to old age and lose all their hair? Okay, let's see. I'm gonna also do it here on this part of the white fabric, but because it has like some texturing in it, like it has these three panels, I will separate the panels now and then just maybe like that. And adjust it. It's not accurate. I need to study my forms a little more. The metal wig would make sense for warriors because it'd be less likely to come off, plus no brain damage. True. And think about it this way. You know how there's those daggers, sword breaking daggers, right? What if on the wig, maybe this is like too much, but what if you had like one of those like really wild looking wigs, like the ones with all the hair sticking out, but each of them was like designed to break swords, like the sword breaking dagger. Now you have a protective and functional helmet. Not that a normally protective helmet isn't functional, but you can have some bonus function. And considering I feel like anime characters swing their hair around a lot when they fight, they can just be like, bam, caught your sword. And then you don't have a sword anymore, and then they win. Porcupine tactics, exactly. Okay, let's see. This belt seems somewhat shiny, so I will also put a highlight there, but a somewhat diffuse one. Maybe like this, and then I add a little bit more in the middle. Like this. Wait, I'll get rid of this highlight because I don't think it works that well. Oh, but I kind of miss it. Okay, I get rid of it a little bit. I get rid of this one a little bit. mm, here. I'm gonna turn it down a little so I can stop being stared at it. Okay, masking layer. Parts that I don't like, I will then erase. I don't know if I completely want to keep this, but we can keep it for now. Or I guess pufferfish would be more appropriate in this case. They should make a pufferfish operator. That would be cute. Here, let me make sure I have raids turned off because we are gonna end soon. Okay. Stream, nope. Stream manager. Okay. Stop raids for 1 hour. Nice, nice. Okay, and then this fabric is also somewhat shiny. It's not super shiny. So I'll add a little bit. Okay, well, it doesn't exactly achieve what I wanted, but I think it will at least give me more ideas for how to proceed. Maybe same on the belt, which doesn't exist yet because I didn't draw it. Okay, now. Okay, now I'm going back and not liking the changes I did earlier, so I might erase them slightly. Maybe I will. Okay, okay, like 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes, and then I'm gonna go because my voice is getting very tired. My talking stamina is not strong enough. But let's see. If I feel that the forms are not strong enough, sometimes I will do this, where I get an overlay layer. And this is kind of like if you've ever seen an unrendered 3D model when it's like all gray. Like you can only see the forms, but there's no directional lighting, right? That makes sense. I'm kind of imitating that a little bit. But only a tiny bit. Only a tiny bit. Because with those models, usually parts that are far away from you are darker, parts that are closer to you are brighter, and it helps to emphasize like what it looks like in 3 dimensions. I'm kind of doing something similar, a little bit. Unpainted stature figure, exactly, exactly. But not really, because in real life, it will always have directional lighting. Um, the ones in like unrendered 3D software is like there's no directional lighting. They just have to give it some sort of shading so that it looks 3D, which I think means it's basically only shaded with occlusion shadows. Uh, Basically, the only dark areas are the areas that light can't reach. That's sort of what I'm doing. Sort of. Yeah. Just ambient occlusion. Yeah, 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 yeah. There we go. Completely forgot the term. Like occlusion shadows? Occlusion shadows? Yeah, ambient occlusion. Too much yapping, not enough studying. Forgot all my terminology. I will put on overlay. Maybe reduce it a little. Mm, a tiny bit. Tiny bit. Or maybe, hold on. I'm going to reverse the gradient. There we go. For that other way around. Which is not really what I wanted to do anymore, but it's okay. A little bit. Just a little bit. Wait, something like that, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. We will see. Do a stretch. Do a stretch. Okay. Oh, Icon Eves 89. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, more random layers and more random edits until I'm satisfied. This area is a little bit bright. I will make it darker. But it makes it hard to read or pose. Hydrate posture check. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, nice, nice. Posture check. No more shrimping. Maybe. Okay, what if there was another light source from this side? Let's just mess around for a few more minutes. I'm sure maybe in like 5 years, when I finally get good at art, I can watch my VOD and be like, wow, I was wrong about everything. But it's okay. I will learn. Thus is life. Spectre piece is coming along very nicely. Thank you, thank you. I don't know what these shapes are. Let's see. Clean them up a little bit. Um, see, maybe if it's this color. Maybe not. Not that I did it very well anyways, but I think it adds too much random stuff. Maybe we can keep it down here, but not on her face. Or maybe not. Who knows? Who knows? So confusing. Well, it's okay. We'll just leave it now, for now as a idea. Maybe I will add it, maybe I will remove it. Who knows? Who knows? Mm, Move this highlight over a little. Okay. It will just be like this for today. It wasn't a ton of progress, but I think it's okay. Let me see if I can find a before screenshot so I can compare. Because I made the layers too messy, so I have no idea what's going on. Did I save it in here maybe? Maybe in here? Okay, well, this is not really completely before, but it's close. It's almost before. Here we go. Here, like this. I think it's okay. We define some of the details a little more. I think slowly adding stuff to her design. I still don't really like the face area, but we can fix it in the future. Otherwise, that's all for now. Let me see. Mm, Okay, let me find someone to raid, and then I will send you guys on your way. Let me see. Raid, raid. Thank you for stream. Thank you for stopping by. Let's see, what's this guy streaming? Oh, you guys want to watch Pigeon also draw Spectre? He's also drawing her. Oh, his art looks really good. Okay, I'm gonna send you guys there. Oh, Hiccupy, thank you for the follow. Okay, okay, here we go. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching. Make sure to drink water, take a break, go to sleep since I know it's late for a lot of people. Eat some food, and see you guys next time. Bye bye.